Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Detectives are releasing fresh images of a man who was shot dead in the Hunter Valley as they continue to search for his killer. Rhiannon Solomon-Marin reports.
Police were called to the home in Head and Greeter late last year where Zach Davies Scott was gunned down. The 25-year-old was treated by paramedics but died at the scene. It's believed the shooting was targeted and a strike force has been set up to investigate his death. Police are now releasing an image of Zach and CCTV footage in the hopes it'll lead them to answers.
Police are investigating the suspected drowning of a man at East Maitland last week. Emergency services were called to a home on Raymond Terrace Road just before 10 p.m. on Australia Day after reports a man was found unresponsive in a backyard pool. Residents of the home helped police in performing CPR before paramedics arrived and took over. However, he couldn't be revived. The man has been identified as a 19-year-old from Cahaiba. Anyone with information is urged to contact Raymond Terrace Police or Crime Stoppers. It's hoped Hunter motorists can expect no more flooding at Testers Hollow as the final stages of upgrades take place. A plea was made to the state government last year for the road height to be raised in order to avoid frequent closures. Maitland Mayor Philip Penfold says council is in discussion with landholders on both sides of the road about how to future-proof the area from flooding.
The opportunity to make it absolutely flood-free as that development progresses is very high, and that work with those developers is already continuing, and Maitland Council and Cessnock Council are already together to take the already great improvement that's been done by the state government to a level that it won't be an issue in the future as that residential development continues.
The state government says the first steps to opening up a container terminal at the Port of Newcastle will be undertaken before the March election. Parliament last year approved the removal of the penalties which prevented it from operating as a competitive container terminal. The issue of how much the port has to pay in compensation is yet to be determined. The government says an independent assessor will be appointed before the caretaker period. The Liberal Party has pre-selected Mayfield's Thomas Trepsees to run in the seat of Newcastle in the March state election. The 44-year-old moved to Australia from Germany 15 years ago and most recently worked for Service New South Wales. Meanwhile, the Nationals announced Ash Barnum as its candidate for the seat of Cessnock. He'll go up against sitting Labor MP Clayton Barr. The Liberals are yet to announce candidates for Port Stephens, Maitland, Charlestown, Lake Macquarie, Swansea or Wallsend. Cessnock's business community will be the big winners thanks to a new council initiative. The Support Local campaign will encourage residents to tag local businesses online to promote shopping locally. Council's Economic Development and Tourism Manager, Tony Chadwick, says the cost of living hasn't made things easy for businesses.
Where retailers are doing it very tough, and any one of those small business operators, so obviously tourism as well, they had a very hard time. So no, that's probably the two ones that come to mind, retail and tourism, and hopefully they bounce back strong when we start getting them to make good profits, because at the end of the day, if they make some money, they'll spend money as well, and it goes around in that good circle.
2NURFM Sport.
The Newcastle Knights women are in action this weekend for the first time since their grand final win in October last year. They're set to take on the North Sydney Bears in round one of the New South Wales Women's Premiership. Coach Ron Griffiths confirmed Premiership prop Taylor Predamon and World Cup representative Annika Butler will be in the squad. He's hoping to have a number of last year's squad join the side in coming weeks, but admits it's been tough amidst the NRLW collective bargaining negotiations. In Maitland District Cricket, ladder leaders Maitland City are on the back foot after day one of their contest with Curry Western. City were bowled out for 173, with Curry 2 for 180 at stumps. Ben Herring will return to the crease on 66 not out as Curry looked to leapfrog Maitland City. And Mark Minavini's gelding King's Duty secured a dominant win on his home track debut. The 3-year-old overcame struggles at the barrier to comfortably lead the field home at Newcastle Racecourse yesterday. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 5, 8, 11, 20, 39 and 42, and the supplementaries are 25 and 38. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.